Good morning students, Sairam. Let us continue with chapter number 2, Components of Food, part 2. In previous session, you have studied about the detection test of presence of carbohydrates, fats and proteins in a given food sample. To check the presence of carbohydrate or starch in the food material, what we have done, we have taken small quantity of food and then we have added few drops of iodine solution on it. If the color of food changes to blue-black, that means carbohydrates are present in that food material. If not, means the absence of carbohydrate in it. To check whether the protein is present in the food sample, what we have done, children? First, we have taken the powder of the food material, if it is a solid material. Then we have added few drops of water to it to make paste of that food material. Then we have added 2 drops of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of caustic soda. And if the color of the solution changes to violet color, that means the presence of protein in it. If not, means the absence of protein in that food material. Next, we have done the test for fats, which is the simpler one than the test for the carbohydrates and proteins. For this, we have taken small quantity of food item and we have wrapped that food material on a paper. Then it is crushed, and if the food item shows translucent or partially transparent oily patch on the paper, that means fats are present in that food item. If the translucent patch, or we can say that oily patch, if it is not seen on the paper, that means the food item in that fats are absent. Next, let us begin with the today's topic. Dear children, as we know that milk is a complete food, every mother wants her child to start the day with a glass of milk. Do you know why milk is considered as a wholesome food, children? Because milk contains all the vital nutrients that our body needs for the proper growth and development. Let us find out what are nutrients and why they are important to us in day-to-day life. In today's session, children, we will see what do the nutrients do to our body. Now, let us see what are nutrients. A substance or an ingredient that promotes growth, provides energy and maintains life is called as nutrient. Our food has 5 major nutrients, which are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. Our food has 7 components, which contains 5 nutrients plus water and roughage. Let us study the function of each component one by one. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates provide energy to our body. Glucose, sugar and starches are the example of carbohydrates. The main carbohydrates we eat in our food is starch, which comes from the cereals like wheat, rice, maize, millet, etc. Other common sources of carbohydrates are potato, sweet potato, sugar, jaggery and honey. Fruits like banana, mango, watermelon and papaya also contains the carbohydrates. Like carbohydrates, fats also provide energy to our body. In fact, fats provides us twice as much energy as the energy provided by the carbohydrates. A little amount of butter, which is a fat, provides much more energy than a slice of bread, which is a source of carbohydrate. Fats are the richest source of energy. Both fats and carbohydrates provides energy to our body. Hence, the food containing fats and carbohydrates are known as energy-giving foods. Fats can be obtained from plants and animal sources. Plant sources for fats are groundnut oil, mustard oil, sunflower oil, and coconut oil. And the animal sources for fats are butter, ghee, milk, cheese, eggs, and meats. Students, fats and oils are similar substance. Only difference is that fat is solid and oils are liquid at room temperature. Next is proteins. Proteins are the substance needed for the growth and the repair of our body. Foods containing proteins are known as bodybuilding foods. The various sources rich in proteins are milk, cheese, pulses, peas, soya beans, chicken, and fish. Most of the food contains more than one nutrients. However, in the given food material, one particular nutrient may be much larger in quantity than the other. For example, rice contains large amount of carbohydrates. Hence, the rice is called as a carbohydrate-rich food. Similarly, butter is fat-rich food and chicken is protein-rich food. Next is vitamins. Vitamins are necessary for good eyesight, healthy bones, teeth and gums, and for proper digestion and the normal growth. They protect our body from diseases. Though vitamins are needed in smaller quantity, their presence is essential in our body. Some of the important vitamins are vitamin A, vitamin B1, B2, B6, B12, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin A, E, and vitamin K. Vitamin A is essential for the good eyesight and healthy skin and hair. And their sources are milk, butter, carrot, fish liver oil, eggs, green vegetables, mango, and papaya. Vitamin B1 is essential for the growth and the proper functioning of digestive system, heart, nervous system, and muscles. The sources of vitamin B1 are milk, eggs, meat, whole grain, potato, and green leafy vegetables. Vitamin C is necessary for keeping teeth, gums, and joints healthy. It also increases the resistance of our body against the infections and fighting with the diseases. It is present in citric fruits like orange, lime, and lemon. Tomato, guava, green vegetables are also source of vitamin C. Next, vitamin D is necessary for the normal growth of bones and teeth. Vitamin D helps in absorption of calcium from food, which makes our bone and teeth stronger. Vitamin D is present in foods like milk, fish, egg, butter, fish, liver oil. Even sun is the major source of vitamin D if our skin is exposed to the sunlight. Next are minerals. Minerals are required by our body for proper functioning, good health and normal growth. Some important minerals are calcium, phosphorus, iron, iodine, sodium, and potassium. Calcium is needed for strong bones and teeth. It is also required for proper functioning of heart and other muscles. For clotting of bloods, sources of calcium are milk, cheese, fish, egg, and green leafy vegetables. Like calcium, phosphorus is also needed for the formation of bones and teeth. Some of the sources of phosphorus contains food like milk, grains, pulses, banana, and green leafy vegetable. There is a thyroid gland situated in the neck of our body. They controls the growth of our body. Iodine is essential for the proper functioning of thyroid glands. The various sources in our food for iodine are sea fish, vegetable, and iodized salt. Iron is required for the formation of hemoglobin present in the red blood cells, which carries oxygen from lungs to the other parts of the body. Sources of iron in our food are spinach and other leafy vegetable, apple, egg, liver, then cereals, pulses and groundnut. Water is essential for the life, but it has no food value in our body. But a person can live without food for several weeks. However, he would die in few days without water. Water provides liquid in which other substances can dissolve and move within the body or eliminated from our body. The important function of water in our body are transporting digested food, then transporting hormones, removing waste material from our body, and it maintains the body temperature. Next is roughage. Roughage is a fibrous matter in our food which cannot be digested. It mainly made up of indigestible carbohydrates which is known as cellulose. Like water, roughage does not provide any nutrient to our body, but its presence is essential for the normal working of digestive system. Roughage is present in good amount in fruits, vegetables, whole grain products like chapati and whole wheat bread. I hope students you have understood about the importance of nutrient to our body and their sources. So children, I am ending today's session over here. Goodbye children. Thank you for listening.